Did you guys see that Ethan Klein, H3H3, did like some fucking IDF Hezbollah shit where he just took out like all of Hasan's like fans and content creators? He's like suing like 3 fucking people for like reacting to their content.
No.
It's up to 4 people now.
Yeah, it's 4 now. Did you see how Rick? Did you see why he chose the 4th person?
I just got assumed because he was in the Idubbbz video and like nobody knows him, so he thought it was funny.
No, so people were bitching that because it's like what? It's like Denims, Frogan, and...
Oh yeah, I saw this. They were saying he was doing some misogynistic litigation, so he had to get some representation in there.
He threw the black guy in. What's his name? Sean M. Black or something?
Sean the Black.
Like, yeah, it's a. You know what? He has everybody on the rainbow, right? Because one of them's gay, one of them's fat, one of them's black, one of them's white. I mean, it's beautiful. He's got the entire American dream batting at court, and they ain't gonna win.
No, they're not gonna win.
I saw a funny thing where he said he would retract that lawsuit against Sean the Black if like all these journalists that like glaze Hasan had to like gave him a public apology, and they actually did it, but he said no, that wasn't sincere enough, so I'm gonna keep it going until you guys give me a more sincere apology.
So based. Hell yeah.
I was like, oh my god, dude.
I think it's interesting. It's kind of escaping like the normal like drama channels, like Drama Sphere a little bit. Like I just saw a clip on Twitter where Emaru briefly touched on it. And I was just like, wow, it's just like a random creator. I wouldn't expect to talk about this at all.
I like to think it's like dragging people back to 2016. It's like it's making them remember when Ethan had to go through that huge fucking huge lawsuit.
He's like the best guy to do this though, because everyone's trying to pin it as like he went to the dark side, but it's more like a guy who stood up for fair use. Is like, okay, this has gone too far. And, because he makes a good point where he says, like, Disney or Fox or Viacom or any of these big companies could really come in and fuck Twitch. I feel like YouTube has way more strict, like, content moderation, like auto capturing, like music and visuals and stuff like that. That's why you have, like, all those Vietnamese channels put, like, crazy borders around like Stephen A. Smith fucking re-uploads because it's going to get like caught by the content ID, and it all comes back together, man. It's like also
like the best targets too, because like all of them were literally like, hey, so I'm going to play this video, but I'm not going to transform it. This is literally a replacement for the original so that you don't give Ethan Klein money. So, like, the literal definition of, like, copyright infringement is what they said out loud when they did this.
Yeah, I think it was only one of them that actually specifically said it. Like, that one, it's either Frogan or Denim. I'm pretty
sure it's at least 2 of them. One of them was Denims.
No, okay.
Artist.
Definitely Denim. Yeah, Denims is dead to rights.
I think all of them but Frogan explicitly said. Frogan just said you can watch it ethically by watching me watch it.
Right, and then there's the implication.
Yeah, the rest of them said, like, I am trying to deprive views from this video. And it's like, oh. But, that's just people who never, like, a lot of them, well, Casey Tron's not young, but the other 2 are, like, early or mid-20s, maybe. Like, they just don't know consequences. They probably never worked a real job. Like, if you can't talk shit about your boss in retail without getting in trouble or targeted or fired, like, what were you expecting with this? That's kind of my
I mean, if you're gonna fuck around, you gotta find out,
Yeah.
My favorite result of all this, and they're not even in the lawsuit, is Idubbbz and Anissa. I love that they just completely obliterated their career, like crash landing onto this drama. And now they're in Canada living in their mom's basement. I mean,
They
it's
literally fled to Canada because of this.
like what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, I wonder if Hasan told them they had to leave. He was like, "You guys got to get out of LA. Just go."
You know, to bounce back, I hate to glaze H3, right? Like I think a lot of people that watched him in 2016 were like, all right, I'm not a huge fan of, you know, how he kind of shifted his content and stuff. That's fine. People will like what they like. But it's like he has always been the best at like setting the precedent of like self-regulation within like content creation, where it's like if you try to get like YouTube or these big platforms to try and do it, they have it too heavy of a hand, and this stuff kind of gets lost and things go wrong. But like this lawsuit is like, hey, listen, like I'm holding you accountable, right? I made it so you can do whatever you do, but you know there are consequences to your actions. And I'm interested to see, like, you know, in like the 5 years or whatever when this finally gets done, you know, what kind of the new landscape of YouTube looks like. Because it's not gonna take 5 years, but like probably like what, like a solid 2 years before we see anything major.
I'd say, yeah, typical lawsuit. If it actually goes to trial, it's probably gonna be about 2 years.
I don't think it will, but I think even a settle will kind of like set the idea. It's like, all right, well, don't screw around because this guy will take every red cent you have.
I think just the biggest thing for me is that you look at Ethan, you look at Idubbbz, and like in 2016, Idubbbz was probably more popular just because at the time he was sticking to his guns, where Ethan was kind of transitioning into that podcast, into more of that, like, you know, girly PC stuff. And he was never as offensive as Idubbbz, but they were in the same vein of humor, you know? But I just think he realized, like, moderate now. Like, he saw the trends. He's like, I moderate now. I'll have a much better longevity. Idubbbz hits a brick wall, and he doesn't have time to moderate, so he has to swing all the way to the fucking other side, just because the headwinds are so strong. And he goes on like this apology tour. He goes on like all these lefty socialist things, and he basically is their whipping boy for clout. And now, you know, he's in the fucking doldrums. His podcast has about as many views as ours does, and
we actually matched them on one. I think it's the first episode. Yeah, matched one of theirs. Like,
wow, that's sad for them. That's really
like, well, but you gotta remember they're getting like paid on 100% of that because they hide their crappy podcast behind like a Patreon paywall or something.
Okay, so it's like a filter of the fans of these left.
Yeah, but like, and like it probably makes more money than they would on AdSense because I guarantee you'd maybe get like 1,000 views and it would be all hate watch, like just to clip them and make fun of them. But
makes more money than us. I know that for damn sure.
Yeah, for now. Benner, I hate to tell you this, but you got the wrong idea about what happened to Idubbbz, dude. You got to take the red pill on Idubbbz, and you have to understand it's 100% Anissa. She like murdered that dude's brain. Yeah.
No, I think he knew what was coming a long time ago, dude. I think he tried to do a flip and switch to stay relevant, and it didn't work. And the only person in his corner was Anissa. It wasn't Anissa led him to that. It was he fucked up, and Anissa was the only one there to pick him up.
Do you think Idubbbz and Anissa have money for a lawyer? Like, do you think I gotta be careful?
Dude, I don't know, man. Dude,
I'm sure they're gonna pull away a lot of that money. So like, I'm sure they're good.
There's a lot of allegations as to how Ian got on his like psych meds and stuff like that. You gotta read into it. That's all I'm saying, dude. Maybe one day, maybe once the Scuzz trial fund comes in, I'll talk about it. But yeah, no, this was not just a sudden change of heart so he could make money. It was chemically induced.
What's up, guys? I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do not hesitate to smash that like button. Consider smashing that subscribe button as well. And if you want to hear more, check out the full podcast, which is live now.